Rocky VII was almost a reality, with Sylvester Stallone recently revealing details on the cancelled film, but it would have been detrimental to the franchise. Sylvester Stallone is inextricably linked to his on-screen alter ego Rocky Balboa. Stallone played the down-on-his-luck Rocky on his heartbreaking journey to becoming a champion boxer in the career-defining role. Rocky always resonated more with the fight outside of the ring, depicting the working-class man in full form and offering fresh optimism for those struggling under the weight of real-life woes. From 1976 to 2006, Stallone's titular character inspired 6 films and spawned the spin-off series Creed, which follows the story of Adonis Creed, Rocky's late best friend Apollo's son. Unbeknownst to the public, Stallone had already planned a 7th Rocky film, which was never made. Now, the Hollywood megastar has shared excerpts from the project's ideation phase. Its cancellation was the best thing that could have happened to the Rocky franchise. Rocky VII would have taken place after the events of 2006's Rocky Balboa, which resurrected an older version of Sylvester Stallone's Italian Stallion for one final match against Mason the Lion Dixon. While the Rocky franchise has continued with the Creed spin-off series, those films are far superior to what Rocky VII would have been, with the cancelled sequel potentially tarnishing its predecessors and effectively ending the franchise. Sylvester Stallone teased Rocky VII on Instagram, giving a glimpse of what the cancelled sequel could have been about before quickly removing the post. The post delves into the unrealized concepts that Rocky VII would have explored, providing a glimpse of the story while also featuring some Rocky VII art. It's not often that so much information about a cancelled film is revealed so many years later, and Stallone's post provides a unique look at the cancelled sequel. While Rocky VII is intriguing, it's a good thing it didn't happen. What Rocky VII would have been about. Sylvester Stallone's Instagram post included some notes about Rocky VII, highlighting 3 story threads that the film would have explored. Rocky's restaurant, last seen in Creed II, would have played a key role in Rocky VII. Adrian's, named after Rocky's late wife, was introduced in Rocky Balboa, with Sylvester Stallone's character running it after retiring from boxing. The restaurant is the last vestige of Adrian in the film after her death between Rocky V and Rocky Balboa, making its inclusion in Rocky VII a wise and sentimental decision. This restaurant storyline connects to another one of Rocky VII's plot points, as the film would have explored how Rocky has been coping with the death of Adrian. The post includes a scene in which Rocky is either remembering or imagining a moment with Talia Shire's Adrian, possibly implying that she will appear in the film as a cameo. Adrian's death happened before Rocky Balboa's story, and despite the fact that she is the franchise's emotional center, Rocky didn't seem too upset about it. Rocky dealing with his grief would have been a dark and interesting way to tell a story that Rocky Balboa would have missed out on. A Rocky film would not be a Rocky film without boxing, and Stallone's now deleted post provides insight into the film's boxing plot. According to the post, Rocky VII would have seen Rocky meet a brand new fighter while visiting a fight club, 27-year-old boxer Chucho the Mutt. The outcome of this story is still unknown, but there appear to be 2 viable options. Rocky could have come out of retirement to fight the young boxer, as he did in Rocky Balboa, or he could have taken Chucho on as a protege, as he did in Rocky V. In any case, Chucho would have made an interesting addition to the ring. Stallone's Rocky VII strategy called for him to defend his neighborhood from gentrification. Rocky VII's plot, according to Stallone's notes, involved Rocky defending his neighborhood from gentrification. Outside corporate forces would have moved into North Philadelphia and attempted to make it more polished and desirable for higher-income residents, displacing working-class families who had lived there for decades. Rocky would have mentored a Latino fighter known as Chucho the Mutt, and the two would have led a resistance to the development. This would have been a stark contrast to Rocky's usual in-ring struggles, but no less of a Herculean opponent, and one that would have required a different strategy to defeat. Rocky has never been praised for his intellect, but his greatest strength has always been his status as an underdog. Fighting for his neighborhood against overwhelming odds is very the Italian Stallion, especially from the perspective of someone who has seen it change over the decades. Why didn't Rocky VII happen? Despite having a good idea of where it wanted the story to go, Rocky VII never came to fruition. The caption on Sylvester Stallone's Instagram post touched on why the film was cancelled, with Stallone vaguely explaining that the film was canceled due to certain individuals. At the end of the post, Stallone includes the hashtag #IrwinFault, essentially confirming that the cancellation of Rocky VII is due at least in part to the owner of the Rocky franchise, Irwin Winkler. The controversy surrounding Rocky's rights and ownership has been documented for a while now, with producer Irwin Winkler having retained the rights to Rocky for nearly 50 years. Stallone has made his feud with Irwin Winkler very public, lamenting the fact that Winkler owns the intellectual property that Stallone has poured his heart and soul into for years. Stallone's views on how Winkler has handled the franchise have even resulted in the actor not appearing in Creed 3, as Stallone does not agree with the franchise's current direction. The cancellation of Rocky VII appears to be yet another victim of Winkler and Stallone's rights battle. While Rocky VII could have been thrilling, it's a good thing it didn't happen. Rocky V, the franchise's worst film, was released in 1990, and the franchise went on hiatus for 16 years before returning with Rocky Balboa in 2006. Rocky Balboa was almost an apology letter to fans, with the film attempting to end Rocky's story on a high note and succeeding. Another Rocky sequel would have been too risky, as it could have ended up being bad again, putting the franchise back in the same position it was in 1990. Even if Rocky VII had the potential to be good, it was too risky to attempt. Furthermore, Rocky VII would have been a carbon copy of Rocky Balboa. It would have been released not long after the 2006 film, and if Rocky came out of retirement to fight Chucho again, it would have been extremely repetitive. If Rocky had instead trained Chucho, it would have been too similar to Rocky V's Tommy Gunn story, putting the film in a lose-lose situation. The only way to continue Rocky's story would have been to sideline him, which is exactly what the Creed spin-off films did. Creed would have been the most significant casualty in Rocky VII. If the Rocky films had continued into the late 2000s or even the early 2010s, there would have been no reason to reboot the series, which means Creed would not have happened. Creed and Creed 2 are considered franchise high points, perfectly continuing the story and themes of the previous films. Rocky VII would have avoided this by giving audiences another repetitive boxing film rather than the new Creed films that breathe new life into the Rocky franchise. Regardless of what happens next, and whether Rocky VII will ever see the light of day, one thing is clear: Stallone's legacy will reign for decades to come, as it should. Well, that's it. For now, we bring an end to this video, but we will come back with some new and interesting videos in the future. Till then, make sure that you like our video, and do share your views and opinions with us in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel to get updated regularly with the latest news and reviews on all your favorite TV shows and movies, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.